Connor McDavid, welcome to the Promised Land. This is it, my friend. The Edmonton Oilers have just defeated the Dallas Stars 2-1 in Game 6 to advance to the Stanley Cup Finals for the first time in almost 20 years. I know I said in my predictions video that the Oilers would take this one in 7, but 6 is okay too. I was kind of feeling this morning, I don't want to go all LeBron James on y'all, but I was feeling this morning, I was like, you know what, Edmonton's gonna win. I don't want to be that guy who says that he said stuff, but there was just this feeling that I had. Edmonton was going to take it. We were going to have an Edmonton, Florida final, and that is exactly what happened. Now, we can talk about the game. We can talk about the chances. We can talk about the overall performances of some of these guys, but I wanted to just go over the narrative, the overarching idea as to how the West was won. Because this game, 2-1, Edmonton, of course, everyone is going to be talking about the crazy Connor McDavid goal that got everything started. I mean, he dangled through the entire team, pretty much, including some of the best defenders in the world. He just walked right in, dipsy-doodled in, out, about, and around, and right through Jake Oettinger to give the Oilers the 1-0 lead. Okay, that was absolutely beautiful. Then making it 2-0. Okay, great. It's Hyman also on the power play. Wow. Crazy how that works when a power play actually goes out there and scores in big game moments. But it is McDavid over to Hyman in the middle. He takes the shot. Beautiful play. Beats Oettinger. And that's all the Edmonton Oilers needed, because literally, the Oilers had 3 shots on goal in the first period, 2 of them went in. They had 7 shots the rest of the game, 10 total shots on goal to the Dallas Stars 35. And the only goal scored by Dallas, it's at the halfway mark of the third period, Mason Marchment from Tyler Seguin and Chris Tanev. And again, we can talk about the intricacies of the game, we can talk about the plays themselves, the breakdown shift by shift, but I don't want to do that. I want to talk about the narrative, because this was a game where if you go to the money puck deserve to win-o-meter, the Oilers had an 18% chance to win this one. The Dallas Stars, especially in the second period, absolutely came alive. And they dominated on the expected goal chart, the shots on goal chart, the offensive zone possession time chart. They put this game on the ropes. Jason Robertson, Joe Pavelski, and Tyler Seguin all had more expected goals than the Edmonton Oilers as a team had expected goals in total. The Oilers kind of got cooked, but they still won. Stuart Skinner, my goodness, what an absolute masterclass performance by him. The Dallas Stars got nothing. The only goal that went by, the Mason Marchment 2-1 goal, wasn't really Skinner's fault. The puck was bouncing, it kind of went behind the goal line, and it was centered, and it was weirdly placed there. It wasn't really Skinner's fault. But other than that, my gosh, this guy was struggling so hard against the Vancouver Canucks. Jason Robertson had the formula. He said, yeah, you just gotta shoot. You just gotta shoot. Once I saw the first one go in, just had to keep on firing them, and then he got a hat trick. And guess what? 35 shots on goal in this Game 6. Dallas fighting for their playoff survival odds lives. And Stuart Skinner shuts the door. My goodness, what an incredible performance by him. And of course, by McDavid and Hyman, all they needed to do was score 1 goal each. Only McDavid with 2 points in this game. That overall experience, just the vibes of watching the game where you had the early 2-0 lead for Edmonton, a second period where Dallas was just getting chance after chance. You're starting to think, okay, the dam will break soon. Dallas has been outplaying, out-possessing, chancing the Oilers this entire second frame. They're gonna get one, right? It's inevitable. But in the third period, that is all they got. Just that one really strange play. Stuart Skinner stood on his head. He did what he needed to do. The Oilers were collapsing the Stars to the outside. Similar strategy that they had against the Vancouver Canucks. They killed off all of the power plays that the Dallas Stars got. Stars were 0 for 3 on the man advantage here. Again, this is another one of these series where special teams sealed the deal. Vancouver and Edmonton was won via special teams. Dallas and Edmonton, same thing, 2 for 2, the Oilers on the power play. In this Game 6, the Stars just could not buy a goal here. And the Oilers killed off a too many men on the ice penalty. They killed off a puck over glass Draisaitl penalty. These are gifts. Those kinds of power plays are gifts if you're the Dallas Stars, and they just did not go through. Now, heading into the Stanley Cup Finals, Edmonton versus Florida. Look, Connor McDavid against Alexander Barkov. Barkov has been so good at shutting down every other team's top players. Austin Matthews in the first round? Yeah, Barkov's got him. The guy wasn't able to score with Barkov on the ice. David Pastrnak second round? Same thing. I think he got 1 goal. That's what the graphics said, something like that. And then Artemi Panarin in the third round. Barkov shut him down too. Barkov, Forsling, just the defensive structure and discipline of this Florida Panthers team. They will have their hands full. This will be the most difficult challenge of their entire playoffs so far because Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl are feeling it. And I feel like this Oilers team, if they do end up winning the Stanley Cup, which is possible, I mean, it's literally the Stanley Cup Finals. Anybody can win this. It's between 2 teams. When it comes to this version of the Oilers, if they end up winning, I feel like it's really going to change the narrative on so many things. Firstly, Connor McDavid will have cemented himself pretty much as one of the top, 6 players of all time. You could even debate top 5. I mean, everybody says, okay, Gretzky, Howe, Lemieux, Orr. Big 4, right? But Connor McDavid, once he starts consistently getting cups, if he starts getting cups, I mean, it's a lot more difficult now to win cups compared to when Gordie Howe was around, but if Connor McDavid gets that chip and he continues playing in the finals like he played in this Game 6, not even the whole game, just the one play where he dangled by everybody, if he could do that in the Stanley Cup Finals and consistently put up points, he'll be breaking into that conversation, honestly. Sidney Crosby in his prime, fantastic. Jaromir Jagr in his prime, fantastic. Messier is already overtaken by McDavid, you could say. Lots of good players in NHL history, and Connor Mack could be placing his name amongst the best of the best. And also, the narrative of team structure will be put into play here too, because Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl have been so out of this world amazing. Evan Bouchard has been as well. But if you want to talk about the collective body of the Oilers, heading into the playoffs, everybody said the same thing. Yeah, no, the goaltending is not great. The depth is not great. The defense is not great. But what if all you need is just 2 one-above-all level talents in McDavid and Draisaitl, 1 franchise-altering defenseman in Evan Bouchard, 1 tap-in greasy goal scorer like Zach Hyman, and that's it. Everybody else is interchangeable. Literally, the depth in the bottom 6, interchangeable. Stuart Skinner, sure, he had a great game, but there was a point in the Vancouver series where he was interchangeable. The fact that this Oilers team, who is so top-heavy and so reliant on 5 guys, was able to make the finals and is able to make such a convincing argument that they could be the champions this year, it does kind of put into question, okay, do you focus more on depth as a GM, or do you focus on literally just the top of your lineup? This is going to change the way NHL teams view it, because the NHL is a copycat league. Everybody knows this. Once one team wins using one style, a whole bunch of other teams are going to go out there and emulate it. So what exactly is the cultural impact going to be if the Edmonton Oilers defeat what is a deeper and more defensively sound Florida Panthers team? The Panthers are going to rough up the Oilers for sure, but Edmonton, I'd say they could fight back. We'll just see how that whole dynamic comes and goes. Goaltending edge, I'd say Sergei is better than Stuart Skinner, or at least reputation-wise you'd go out there and say that, but Skinner had a really good Game 6. You know, hockey is all about momentum. You say, oh yeah, one game can change it all. Yeah, absolutely. One game can change it all, and usually it does. If you want to talk about guys putting up consistent strings of wins and solid play, this could be that opportunity. And the Oilers just stamped themselves that ticket. So, let me know your thoughts in the comments section below about the Edmonton Oilers defeating the Dallas Stars in 6 games in their Western Conference Final Series. It's Edmonton versus Florida. 2 teams remain. One will come out as the champion. Thoughts in the comment section below about this game, though. I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.